Welcome back. I'm your host, Davia, and today we are at ECU's GlasStation in Farmville to learn all about the history of glass blowing. Look how cute this ghost is. Pirate Nation. So we are here with Michael Tracy, an assistant teaching professor here at the GlasStation. Michael, thank you so much for having us today.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, so can you please tell us just some history about glass blowing itself and what you all do at the GlasStation?
Okay, well, the short form of the history of glass is that glass has been used as a material since around 3000 BCE. Glass blowing first came around the 80 BC crossover, somewhere around then. So we've been blowing glass for about 2,000 years. Now, at the GlasStation, we're here because of something called the American Studio Glass Movement, which was a movement started in the 1960s by a ceramicist. And the basic summary of that is taking glass out of the factory and putting it in the hands of individual artists. So as a byproduct of that, university art programs now have glass blowing as an option, and that's the reason I'm here.
Very cool. Now, how did you get into glass blowing specifically?
Oh, me specifically?
Yes.
Kind of by accident. I was a college student at the University of Texas in Arlington. I was a drawing concentration within their art program. My career goal was I wanted to be possibly a designer, possibly a conceptual artist in the toy industry. I took glass blowing as an elective and I kind of fell in love with it and I never left the shop.
Wow, that's amazing. I really find it cool how, like, when you're adding the colors to the glass, that's really cool to see, like how that transpires. Yeah, yeah.
We could melt color glass in our furnace, but then we would have to make 400 pounds of purple things.
Oh, gotcha.
So we buy pre-made color glasses.
Okay.
And glass is very idiosyncratic. You can't just mix and match any random glass together. It has to have a compatible expansion rate. So the stuff we're buying comes from a company in Germany that makes glass specifically for glass blowers.
What would you say is like challenging for people that are learning glass blowing, like for the first time?
That is a fantastic question. Because glass blowing does have a steep learning curve, and I think probably the biggest learning hurdle is learning to rotate the pipe and keeping the glass on center.
Gotcha.
Most other problems you encounter when learning probably were a result of not keeping the glass on center initially, and it takes a good 6 months to a year and sometimes more of consistent practice before muscle memory takes over and your hands are just doing it for you.
Gotcha. And I know like there are some safety precautions as well before you do glass blowing. Can you tell us what those are?
Well, just learning how to move around in the studio. Glass blowing is very much a dance in a way. So there's certain moves you have to learn down to even just how to grab the pipe. You can't tell visually the difference between a cold pipe and a hot pipe because it doesn't start changing color until it's well over 1,000 degrees. So there's a very specific way we grab pipes to make sure we minimize the chance of getting a burn.
Okay. Wow.
But even other things like the area between the bench that we work at and the furnace that we're reheating at, that is the glass blower's territory. People are not supposed to go in there unless they absolutely have to.
Gotcha.
A lot of the rules we follow are very similar to well-organized commercial kitchens. I've been told that by some chefs.
Wow, okay, very cool. Well, where can people find out more information about GlasStation?
They can check with the ECU does have a website that does have information about our facility. We also do have a Facebook and an Instagram page. I'll be honest, I'm not the best at keeping it up to date, but I do always post when we're going to be doing our public demo nights.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Michael, for sharing.